Good morning. Welcome to Human Services 143. I'm Linda Gillespie, Dr. Linda Gillespie, for those of you who need a title, but you can call me Linda. I'm going to talk to you for just a few minutes about what we're going to be doing in this class, and I'd like you to look at Start Here on the computer so that you can see what the whole class is about, the grading and all of that. I'm not really happy with big numbers in classes, so I only have 100 points in this class. So you always know where you stand because your grade is based on a percentage. So if you haven't turned in an assignment that's worth 2 points, you have 98%. So you can keep track of it. Everybody starts with 100%, and then it depends on what you do or don't turn in. So be sure you read that so you'll know what's going on in the class. There are some things that are a little different, and this is an online class because we have a field trip in here. We also have a couple of videos that are important for you, but I'll talk about those in just a moment. The textbook for this class is Best Practices. It's this one right here. It's a paperback. You can try to get it online. I got this particular copy online. I think I got it through Amazon, but it is in the bookstore. It's by Hughes and Weinstein, and you will need it to answer the questions in your book, and it is available in the library. So if you need to do that, you can. You can always reach me by phone or by email. You can call me 632-3078. That's in Start Here, so you can always find my phone number, and you can also find my email address. I answer emails probably 2 to 3 times a day. I try to check them every day, including on the weekends. And I do answer phone calls, so feel free to talk to me if you have questions. I do make mistakes, and I don't mind you pointing it out to me, because between the two of us we'll figure out what I did wrong or what needs to be changed. But if it's a technical thing that you have a question about, be sure you call the help desk at MJC. I don't do the technical. Each of these classes starts with a portion from the textbook that you will have to talk about, and so you'll have to read your text or review it. I don't expect you to read it word for word, and to be able to find out how to answer that question. You're also going to have a domain question. There are 7 domains in CASRA USPRA, and when you take the CASRA examination, those domains are what are featured. So each week you have a domain question, and you will need to figure out the answers to those, to discuss them with yourself. You can discuss them with your peers if you want to, and try to come up with an answer that's appropriate. You also have a discussion question every week, and those questions are really important. That's how I figure out if you're attending the class. That's your participation grade. And so you're talking to each other about a question. And those questions have to do with just exactly what psychosocial rehabilitation is all about. So be sure you take a look at those discussion questions before you try to answer them. The 3 assignments that you have every week open on a Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning. They close on the next Tuesday at noon. So you have between Thursday and Tuesday to get your work done. I grade on Tuesdays. I spend all day grading what you turn in. So I try to have it back to you right away. But if you have questions, feel free to discuss it with me. I'm always open for that. It's not like I want it to be a big mystery that online can be sometimes. Now there's a couple of other things, and you'll see that they're highlighted on the first module. And if you look at that and think about it, there's a field trip in February that goes to the Houston Family Resource Center, and it's on a Friday morning, and we're being hosted by David Tafoya. You'll have a set of questions that you'll be looking for the answers to. That's your assignment for that. I expect you to come to that. If you feel like you don't want to, that it's just not for you, then there is an alternative assignment, and you'll see that online also. There is no extra credit, so doing both of them will be good for you, but you won't necessarily get extra credit. But that's a 5-point assignment, and as I say, I only have 100 points in this class, so the points add up quickly that you lose. The beauty of going to the Family Resource Center is that it is exactly what psychosocial rehabilitation is all about. and David will talk about what they do. They serve a number of the small communities in the county and refer people for whatever services it is that they need to keep their lives functional. So I think you'll find it interesting, and it's also someplace that you might want to work at some point or volunteer, because he does take volunteers. But check that out. Be sure you read the directions on that. There's also a video called Nobody's Child. It is possible for you to rent it or buy it through Amazon, but because it's hard to get, and because we're not allowed to put it online for you to watch, we're going to have a video night, and depends on how many people intend to come to that night where we will actually meet. If the group was really small, I'd probably host you here in my home. If not, it will be on campus. But if you want to get the video on your own, feel free to do that. And there is an assignment that goes with that, also an assignment sheet, that if you come to the video night where we watch it, then you will go through and discuss the answers there in that classroom or wherever it is that we meet to do that. I'm going to ask you to let me know which you plan to do on those two events that will be offered, not online. Well, they'll be offered online, but if you plan to attend in person, I need to know, because I need to know the numbers, and I need to know, for instance, if none of you were going to go on the field trip to Houston, then I'd like to know that, because David needs to know how many people will be coming. You can call and let me know, or just email me. I prefer if you email me to let me know, so I can keep a tally on that. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. The third one of that trilogy is the video that actually is online, and it is online, so you can watch it online, and it is embedded on the day that it's due. It's called The Wild Child, and you'll see it. I think it's probably module 13 or 14. I don't remember which at the moment. But anyway, be sure you check those out. Instead of a term paper, we have those 3 assignments that are worth a total of 15 points. So it's a big chunk of your grade, and I will expect you to analyze those. I think you'll find them all to be really interesting assignments, but I wanted to give you a heads up ahead of time that that's coming. As I say, if you have questions, be sure you give me a call or send me an email, and I will get right back to you on it. I'm looking forward to meeting with you this semester. This class is kind of exciting because we do it a little differently than we do the other onlines. There's more time for interaction between all of you, and your discussion questions are really a crucial part of how you think through the issues of psychosocial rehabilitation. And our goal is for you to be prepared to take the examination to be able to be certified in the area of psychosocial rehabilitation. So that's where we'll get to at the very end, where your final will be a test on the 7 domains that we're going to feature during this class as we go through it. Look forward to meeting each of you, and have a great semester.